Welcome to another episode of Who Got That Inheritance Deal. Today, we're going to go to Florida and we're going to look at 10-15 properties that the individual passed away. The heirs decide to liquidate the properties ASAP, and some of these properties were listed with brokers and then sold at deep discount to investors. Now, it's a big deal when an inheritance property gets listed because many times the agent doesn't know how motivated are the heirs. They underestimate them. Offer goes $100,000 less, they take it. But the agent is shocked. I didn't know you're that motivated. Well, listen, they never worked for that deal. Sometimes the property is like a lottery gift. But do you blame them? You can't blame them for that. So go to leadcruncher.com. Under Successor Data tab, there is plenty of information you can see. Firstly Avenue in Pensacola, Florida. This inheritance property is about 3,219 square feet house on a half-acre lot. Property belonged to Yvonne Maddox. She passed away on 7/4/2023. And on 2/1/2024, about 5 months later, the LLC who picked up this deal is Global Rockstar Solutions LLC. Even Redfin doesn't have the updated information on the sales transfer, but they picked up the property at $235,000. You can see the estimate at $337,000. Let's fly to Tampa, Florida. I want you to see this property. It's about 1,244 square feet house on 5,000 square feet lot. Belonged to Willie Nilsson. He passed away in September of 2021. And about a year later, CJJ Renovations LLC picked up this deal for $265,000. They fixed the property and they put the property for sale, and currently it is pending at $365,000. This property is a 1,404 square feet house and 10,000 square feet lot size. Year built is 1958. Property used to belong to Willie Davis. He passed away. It's another inheritance deal. PhD Development picked up this property for $292,000 and the property is worth about $429,000. Let's fly from Fort Lauderdale to Christmas, Florida. This property used to be owned by William Bohan. He passed away in 2020, and MS Properties LLC picked up this inheritance deal. There was no probate, and they bought the property directly from the state. $50,100 what they paid, and they fixed and put the property for sale for $95,000. It is in escrow already. Excellent job. We're gonna fly back to Fort Lauderdale from Christmas, Florida. This property, sitting right by the water, belonged to William Swarrett. He passed away on 5/27/2023, and on 12/29/2023, just 4 months later, the LLC who picked up this deal is 1624 Southeast 14th Street LLC. They picked up this deal at $1.7 million. They put the property for sale at $2.3 million, and then they had a $50,000 price drop. But folks, there's $450,000 gross margin on this deal. Right to Atlantic Beach. And this property belonged to Harper. He passed away in 2019. And the investor who picked up the deal is Elios Capital LLC. It's an inheritance property, did not go to probate. They bought it directly from the state. House is about 1,914 square feet. Great deal. They paid $260,000 and the property worth about $425,000. To Clearwater, Florida. This property used to be owned by William Kyronan. He passed away on 1/10/2022. And the investor who picked up the deal is Instant Property Solution LLC. It's a 1,055 square feet house and 7,000 square feet lot, built in 1950. They paid $210,000. They put some money to fix the property. Excellent job on the rehab. And look at them, $374,000. Folks, that's $160,000 gross margin. Property is fixed up, staged, and it is for sale. So we're gonna fly to Jacksonville, Florida, to see this property. It is used to belong to William Nitz, passed away on December 14, 2022. It's an inheritance deal. And the investor who picked up the property is OPSPE PHX1 LLC. And they paid $335,000 for the property. They got it for sale at $389,000. They just cleaned up the property and put it for sale. Didn't need much work. To Ocala, Florida. The LLC that picked up the inheritance deal is Beltway Capital LLC. They paid $102,000 for this property, and it is for sale, fixed up, for sale at $164,000. It's about 1,270 square feet house, built in 1984. How about some oceanfront properties? Let's fly to Destin, Florida. This property was listed for $750,000. The LLC that picked up this deal was North Shore Medical Rehab LLC. They bought the property for. This property came through the MLS. They picked up the deal at $749,000 and immediately they put it for sale at $1,050,000. Let's fly to Tampa, Florida for this property at 4902 South San Rafael Street in Tampa. Property belonged to William Greco. He passed away in 2023. And the family listed the property for $950,000. Then they reduced it to $899,000. And $899,000, they had an LLC who came and picked up the deal, Sarah A. Barnes LLC. They bought the property for $660,000. Talk about motivation. They picked up the deal, and the property's estimate is about $841,000. Let's fly from Tampa to Jacksonville, Florida. Property at 1541 Pine Grove Avenue. This property belonged to Mr. William May. He passed away on 4/3/2023. About 4 months after he passed away, the family put the property on the market at $310,000. The LLC that picked up this deal at $247,000 was the Bachman Group Holding LLC, and you can see that the estimate on the property is about $300,000, and they paid $247,000. Fly from Jacksonville to Largo, Florida. This unique property is 1,398 square feet on an average 7,000 square feet lot. But look what happened. Willard Munger passed away on 8/18/2023. And the LLC that picked up this property is C&E Home Solutions LLC. They paid $310,000 for this property. They did an excellent job on the rehab. They staged the property and currently is for sale at $492,000. That's almost $185,000 gross margin. We're gonna fly from Largo to Bradenton, Florida. You will say to yourself, well, I don't have that much capital. Can I still do anything? Watch. This property at 1111 50th Avenue Place West in Bradenton, Florida, sold for $5,000. Let's fly to Lake Mary, Florida. This property, 904 Garden Glen Loop, belonged to Wilbur Taylor. Passed away on 9/25/2023. About 2 months later, the family listed the property for $400,000, then sold the property for $342,000 to Homestart Investment Group LLC. They fixed the property and put it for sale at $470,000. What a great deal. Coca, Florida. This unique property is 920 square feet on 7,000 square feet lot, built in 1989. The property sold for $5,000. Property used to be owned by Wayne Sophonis. He passed away on 3/28/2023. And SI Assets LLC picked up this property for $5,000. $5,000. The property's estimate is $84,800. If you like the content of this video, you find more videos like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help me in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guard. Please subscribe and help yourself with all my tools linked in the description. Thank you for watching and have a great day.